we got a couple things to talk about. In addition to our zeroing in on the NFL draft, we got to talk about the Phillies. Ooh, yesterday I asked the question, are the Mets better? Well, so far in the first two games, they were better. And I'm not liking what I hear from various sources around the team, including the general manager, who prior to the game in an interview on the radio side said, well, we haven't even played in warm weather yet. You know, it's hard to evaluate a team in April. But these guys in the bullpen, they just have to pitch better. Well, you picked these guys in the bullpen, and these guys in the bullpen are inferior. And you knew that coming into the year. And for you to cross your fingers to think that you had a complete enough bullpen is just sort of general manager malpractice, Dave. So I'll say that right from the start. The Mets yesterday beat the Phillies again. And they beat them because the bullpen, again, gave it up. And the starting pitcher goes out in the second inning, which means they had to piecemeal that many innings. And I said it before, the bottom of the bullpen has to really pitch well. Now, Ross got him through some innings, but the rest of the guys did not. And so this is officially a problem for the Philadelphia Phillies, whether they want to sweep it under the carpet or not. The Mets have proven to be the more clutch team. They look like the more confident team. Right now, they are better than the Phillies, which brings us to our conversation about yesterday about whether this team could actually get nosed out of the playoffs. So you saw the game yesterday, Bill Colarulo, Ray Dunn. Bill, what were your thoughts on what you saw last night?
Not good, Mike. I mean, not good. I know we're only 24 games into the season, and then I've had some people I saw on social media, trying to make the comparison to the football season and saying, look, 24 games is only 15% of the season and all that. You got to throw all that out the window because you got to watch these games with your own two eyes, and you can see, you're right, the bullpen is a massive issue. And now Christopher Sanchez, left forearm stiffness, if he has to miss extended time, well, there goes all the possibilities of maybe being able to fix the pen when Ranger comes back and you can move people. Well, that may be out the window if Sanchez misses some time. But it's also the guys who are supposed to be reliable. Like, you just talked about the bullpen, but, Ross came in, did his job, no runs. Romano, actually, no runs. Tanner Banks, okay, not great, but when he leaves, Kerkering comes in with 2 outs, a man on third. He proceeds to give up a double, a walk, a wild pitch. Then they intentionally walk. He gives up a single. I mean, 3 runs get scored with Kerkering on the mound. That's not supposed to happen with Kerkering.
I said it a while ago, and if the general manager wants to bury his head in the sand, that's fine. He's got 2 reliable guys in his bullpen. 2. They're both left-handed. He doesn't have a reliable right-handed guy he can bring in to hold down the fort. And Kerkering was supposed to be the guy. Kerkering, it does not look like the Kerkering we saw when he first came up. That's for damn sure.
No, he does not. And look, we're focused on the bullpen as we should be. But let's talk about the hitting, too. You talk about the clutch hitting. In this series against the Mets, Bryce Harper, 0 for 6. Trey Turner, 0 for 7. Those 2 guys can't be a combined 0 for 13 with 0 RBIs and 6 strikeouts in a series against the Mets. These guys have to show up, and they're just not. And I know that people are saying, well, they're still 13-11, or they started the season 8-2. So you're talking about a 5-9 in their last 14 games. And if you watch these games, it looks bad. So I don't want to hear, it's early, they got time. And I saw someone already on the YouTube chat saying they can find bullpen arms in July. You may not have that luxury. You got to win now. This is a competitive National League. So you don't know if come July, are you going to be able to tread water enough that you're not so far out of the race? This is, I don't want to overreact to 24 games, but I don't think this is an overreaction. I think this team's got some real problems, and we're watching it unfold in front of us.
The bottom of the order last night had 5 hits. The middle of the order, again, went 1 for 14. Turner, an 0 for. Harper, an 0 for. Schwarber was 1 for 3. And Castellanos, who is really in a downward spiral, and nobody's even mentioning about it, his average is now down to 276. If it was well above 300, with another 0 for 4 last night. I expected that he was going to hit a wall, and he's hit one right now.
But let me tell you, Mike, you're going to feel good, because help is on the way. Breaking news. Weston Wilson has been activated from the IL. and Cody Clemens has been DFA'd. So Weston Wilson, dubs, may be in the lineup today, Mike. All is well in the Philadelphia Phillies world.
I think you're doing that half sarcastically.
I am doing it very sarcastically.
You fall in love with mediocre players. You're like the classic guy who falls in love with mediocre players.
I am definitely being sarcastic. Like,
you're
look,
50% sarcastic.
Weston Wilson will help. I mean, he's a right-handed bat. I guess he'll be in the lineup today in place of Kepler with a lefty on the mound, but we'll break that down later on in the show. But this team has a lot of issues, and you can't fix all these issues in April.
Listen, I gotta be honest with you. Dumbrowski's got a lot of Teflon. He's regarded as a primo executive, and so. But I don't like what he says. I wish we could. We had access to that radio interview prior to the game when he was just like sloughing it off, like it's no big deal. You can't overreact in April. We haven't even played when the weather's been warm yet. Well, nobody else has either. The teams you're playing are in the same climate, for crying out loud, and you're losing to them. And he says, well, these guys in the bullpen have to pitch better. You're not absorbing this responsibility of you assembling an inferior bullpen. When you look at all the contenders in the National League or the American League, every contender has a strong bullpen. That's the way baseball is played these days.
Yeah, you're right. And you look at the Mets, their bullpen 2.47 ERA at second in Major League Baseball, only to the San Diego Padres, if I'm not mistaken, two competitors in the National League. It's an issue. But when you bring up Dave Dumbrowski, man, I think I was critical of him last year, and people defended him a little, and I understand he comes here with this great resume. If Dumbrowski didn't have the resume before he got to Philadelphia, I don't think that we would be as patient with him in what he's done here. Because what has he really done? I've asked this question before. What has Dave Dumbrowski really done for this Philadelphia Phillies team that you could say, yeah, you know what? That helped put him over the top. I mean, the Schwarber signing, great. Outside of that, I mean, who has he brought here where you would say, wow, great job, Dave Dumbrowski. You really helped this team get over the hump. A lot of these guys were already here. Like, we killed Clintack. He brought in a lot of these guys. He's the one that got Zach Wheeler, maybe the best signing in the last 20 years in Philadelphia. I mean, he did a lot of this stuff. All these guys, Ranger was here, Sanchez was here, Nola was here.
Castellanos and Turner here.
And you think that helped put us over the top?
Well, it got him into a World Series.
I think those were, well, Turner wasn't in the World Series.
Okay, 2 years ago, they got him in the playoffs deep. So, listen, they were two pretty good signings. And they had the Harper thing. Oh, you're playing first, and now we'll sign Castellanos. No, but he didn't address. Listen, let's just look at the currency, which is you had two problems coming into the year. You didn't address them. You didn't address them. You didn't address the woeful outfield situation that you have, and you didn't address the bullpen you have. You didn't do it. Like, what were you looking at exactly that you thought that was going to be okay? Because the people that looked at it said, you got two problems. Here they are.
Yeah, I think we should be a lot more critical of Dumbrowski than we've been, and I think it's showing more this year, like you said, because you knew some of the issues you had. But, I mean, just going back to some of the moves he's made, you mentioned Turner and Castellanos as being good signings. With hindsight, I don't think they have been. I mean, not what you're paying these guys.
I think they have. But I'm worried about Turner.
Wait, how could you say, yeah, Turner was a good signing?
Well, Turner has had his moments. Now, my problem with Turner is I think he's on the other side. I would have never in a million years thought about it. He doesn't drive the ball anywhere anymore. He used to drive it. He used to be a viable offensive player. That's my worry about him. But at the time, it was a pretty good signing. I mean, talking about a guy who people picked to be an MVP that first year they signed him. We'll talk about it. We'll also get into the Eagles draft. And I have compiled a starting lineup with Howie Roseman's drafts, Bill. You'll see if you can agree with it. All right? 610-632-0975. It's also General Knowledge Wednesday. And our prize today is a $100 gift card for Randall's Restaurant, which is inside the Legacy Club, Bill's golf club over there in Jersey.
That's correct, and where we're doing the draft special tomorrow night.
We'll tell you all about that after this.
Hey, everybody, it's Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can engage during the show, and you're not going to want to miss all the content that we post. It's not only the live videos. It's videos after the fact. It's our shorts. It's all the content you want as a Philadelphia sports fan Looking forward to connecting.